Well, it's been quite a huge public national discourse that we're having right now with regards to the amendment bill. But let's look at it from a legal perspective. Civil society, of course, hinted that they are going to take legal action if the bill is passed as it is. What are the options right now? Because, I mean, one knows that you cannot basically take Parliament to court.
I think I want to put it in perspective in that it's an important democratic process for Namibians. And I think I'm very, very proud about the processes that are taking place as a result of the outcry from civil society and members of public. Now, you know, the Namibian constitution is actually quite clear. If you look at the preambular provisions of the constitution, it talks about the people. When you look at Article 1, sub-Article 2, it talks about power vested in the people of Namibia. And there are a number of provisions in the constitution that makes provision for members of public to participate in the lawmaking process, which includes constitutional amendments. There is nothing illegal about the constitutional amendment process. Right. There is a problem, however, about the process of consultation. Right. And I think it is arguable whether or not, when Article 45 of the Constitution provides for National Assembly being representative in nature, whether or not they have actually done what was required, which is that they should do any amendments with regard to the objectives of the Constitution in the public interest and, of course, taking into account their own conscience. So it is maybe questionable whether or not they have followed the process of public scrutiny of that particular process. Because if you also look at the lawmaking process in Namibia, there is provision for National Assembly committees to, for example, make provision for public processes where people will scrutinize the particular bill and to make suggestions. There are so many options available to the national, to civil society organizations. It includes influencing members of parliament through lobbying them. It includes participating in the democratic institutions such as the Law Reform and Development Commission. And also, you know, other democratic institutions that are made available to them. I think because of the outcry, there's been some processes put in place, and I think civil society organizations must participate in them.
But in terms of this, I mean, the bigger question also is whether there are laws that are prescribing how the process of the amendment of the Constitution should take place. I mean, does it clearly say we need this amount of consultation in order for this to happen? Because there was also a question of hypothetical consensus versus active consensus from the people when it comes to the amendment of the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Is the Constitution clear on that?
The Constitution is clear. If you look at Article 132 of the Constitution, it actually says that the only provisions that cannot be amended is the Bill of Rights. But
that's Chapter 3 now.
That's Chapter 3. No, any other provision can be amended in terms of 132 of the Namibian Constitution. Now, the process there is actually quite set out. The amendment of the Constitution requires a 2/3 majority of all members of Parliament to agree. If that does not happen, for example, then the President can, by proclamation, call for a national referendum. A national referendum is not a natural course of a constitutional amendment. It is only in the event that there is a problem with finding 2/3 majority.